بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. Now we're discussing this lesson, the particle hatta. So we're discussing huruf al-ma'ani and its meanings, haqiqi meaning and majazi meaning. So the ma'ani of hatta. So we're saying here hatta lil ghayati fi asli al-wad'i. The haqiqi meaning of hatta is what? Ghaya. What's the haqiqi meaning of this? Ghaya. Okay? Now, what we have here is, again, what happens is that the fuqaha, they delve into fiqh masail. They don't normally just waste time in like easy examples. So what we have here, we have three examples. Okay, what do we have? We have three examples. And in here we have the haqiqi meaning and some supplementary meanings or majazi meanings of hatta. So it's based on some text Imam Muhammad rahmatullahi alayhi has written in Kitab al-Ziyadat. So that's why everybody will mention it in the books, because again, that's like Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Muhammad and the fuqaha, they sat down and they discussed this masala. So it's like an essential part of this bab. If a person says, Abdi hurrun, my slave is free. And he says these three sentences after it. And they all have a shart. So it's two sentences, ma'tuf alayhi and ma'tuf. And it's linked via the harf of hatta. How does a hatta join the two sentences? Whether abdi, just give abdi hurrun, that's a very common example to give that time. What would this mean? So the first example they give is in lam adribka hatta tasiha. What do they say? They say, look, hatta will have its haqiqi meaning. Hatta will have its haqiqi meaning when hatta ma qabl and ma ba'd both have one condition each. And if either of these conditions are null and void, then what happens? We would say that hatta is in a majazi meaning. Okay? So what's the condition of the ma qablahu? The condition of the ma qablahu is it has to be qabilun lil imtidad. What does it have to be? Qabilun lil imtidad. What does qabilun lil imtidad mean? It can either stretch and be it's not a one-off action. It's what? It lasts a long period of time. Either that it's a long-term action or the action can be repeated. The action can be what? Repeated. Okay? And that's the condition of the ma qabla hatta. The condition of the ma ba'da hatta is it has to be salihun lil ghaya. It is something which linguistically and rationally is something which causes the ma qablahu to come to an end. It's the ending point. It's generally a stopping thing. Are you following? Yes? So in the ism it's very easy. If the ma ba'da hatta is the ism, it's very easy. Sirtu hatta akaltu samakat hatta ra'saha ra'siha. You got the ikhtilaf, yes? But ra'si has the ending point. In af'al, they look at, is this actually rationally going to be something which brings the fi'l to an end? You following? If these two things are found, in this scenario, we will say hatta is for ghaya, meaning the sentence after hatta is for what? Ending point. Example. Illam adribka. What do we have? Illam adribka. If I do not hit you until you scream, then my slave is free. Again, they're not worried about the ethics of the example. Look at the example, the language of the example. So what he's saying here, if I do not hit you, I am going to hit you until you scream. If I don't do that, what happens then? My slave is free. So now, even though darb is one off, but you can do multiple darb. So it's imtidad because of takrar. So if I do not continue hitting you, and screaming is normally like an ending point of hitting, isn't it? When a person screams, okay, he's screaming now, stop, leave him, give him a break. Do you understand? So logically, tasiha is a ghaya of illam adribka. So therefore, we say hatta is a meaning of ghaya. So what does this mean? So if we say illam adribka hatta tasiha, this would mean that if he does not hit him, then what happens? He has not fulfilled his vow. Or if he hit him, but he didn't hit him till that person screamed. Or hatta tasiha, hatta taghruba shamsa, all of these things. What will happen now? So this ma ba'd is a ghaya. You have to keep hitting him until that thing occurs. Only in that case, you will not, the slave will not be free. And if you don't do it, then the slave becomes free. You understand? So you have to do this until the ending point. You have to do the green until the red. If you don't do that, then you have not fulfilled your shart. Is that clear in hatta for haqiqi meaning? Okay, moving on. Second example. In the second example we're seeing here now, what's the next example? So tasiha, saha yasihu means to scream, isn't it? That's the ending point. That's normally rationally an ending point or the reason you stop the hitting. If he says next example, example number 2. If he says, illam atika, if I do not come to you, what? If I do not come to you, hatta tughaddiyani. Now, rationally, is feeding somebody the reason he stops coming to you? For example, in the example at the top, to see how you scream, is that does that normally lead to the person stop hitting? Yes, one of my nephews, my father got old. Like he said, if his children are strict on his grandchildren, he would tell us like his own children. So one of my nephews, he knows that my dada is gonna. So if to get his mom in trouble, he'll just scream for no reason. He's just screaming and say, "I'm getting you in trouble, mommy." And he starts screaming. And my father's like, "Why are you guys sending off the kid?" So tasiha is what? When you scream, you don't stop hitting, don't you? That's why the kids scream. That if I stop doing what? If I start screaming, my mom will stop hitting me. Stop punishing me. Yes? So tasiha. So saha yasihu, rahimahullah. So saha yasihu is normally the ending point of screaming. But feeding someone, tughaddiyani, you feed me, that's not usually the reason you stop going to a person. You're following? This is not usually something which causes coming, meaning ityan, to come to an end. So this word tughaddiyani is not salihun lil ghaya. On the contrary, if you feed me, what will I do? I'll come over there, get free food. No? You understand? So we say, because this is not usually the ghaya. In this case, we will say here that this hatta is in the meaning of what? Kay. So now, this is not the ghaya. This is the illa. So therefore, if I do not come to you to eat, then my slave is free. So the main action is this. If you don't come, now in here, if it doesn't scream, so it has to have two things, hitting and screaming. Here it's just coming. Whether he feeds you or not doesn't matter. That's not the ghaya. Once this is intent, I will come to you so you can feed me. But that ghaya is not mu'tabar. Because it's not ghaya, it's illa. But in here, hatta tasiha, that's a ghaya of darb. So therefore here hatta is haqiqa. Here hatta is what? Majaz, in the meaning of kay. So majaz meaning this is what majaz meaning. Majaz 1. So majaz 1 is what? Bima'na kay. And majaz 2 is what? Wa. What's majaz 2? Wa. And. So illam atika wa ataghadda indak. Now he's saying here, in this example here, he's saying here, normally, now in here, who's the fa'il? Okay, in this example, who's the fa'il? Who's the fa'il in here? Ana. Who's the fa'il in here? Ana. So rationally, what happens is that you don't have a ghaya as the fa'il being the same person. Now we don't have what? You don't have the ghaya, the fa'il being the same person. So when the fa'il is attributed to both the same person, I do not come to you until I eat. We say it's not going to be a ghaya, because that's not going to be a ghaya. It won't be kay. It won't have the illa, because the illa, in illa, you do something with something else. So they'll say here, لا يصلح أن يكون فعله جزاء لفعله. This can't be a jaza. So it's not going to be a ghaya, not a jaza. We say it's the meaning of wow. There's more details to be had. We discuss in Usul al-Shashi and Nur al-Anwa, inshallah. But in here, we say in this example, because the fa'il is the same, atika and ataghadda. Because the fa'il is the same, in this case what happens? We will say that this is the meaning of wow. So this means this is what hatta is the meaning of wow. So in here, you have to come and eat. If you don't come and you don't eat, then the slave is free. In here, once you come, the slave is free. And here you have to hit him until he screams. This is the meaning of hatta. And this is the masail mentioned in Ziyadat Imam Muhammad rahmatullah alayhi. So, hatta lil ghayati fi asl al wad'i, fahimt? وهذا إذا كان. We will say hatta is in the meaning of ghaya when, number 1, ما قبلها قابلا للامتداد. I explained it already. Number 2, وما بعدها صالحا للغاية. Explained that already. Okay? So there's a condition. So now, if he says, Abdi hurrun, my slave is free if I do not hit you until hatta yashfa'a fulan. So yashfa'a fulan, same as Jassi has a, like when he intercedes, says, stop hitting him, please, stop hitting him. That's the reason you stop, don't you? So this is salih lil-ghaya. So in this example, yamtaddu, daraba yadribu, I mentioned before, it's a one-off action, but you can repeat it, so it becomes what? What does it become? What does it become? Huh? What does it become? Is mumtad. And hatta yashfa'a fulan, what does it become now? It becomes the ghaya. فَإِن لَمْ يَدْرِبْ أَصْلًا. فَإِن لَمْ يَدْرِبْ أَصْلًا. If he doesn't hit, or, that means that one part's not counted. And the second condition is what? You have to hit until he screams, or until he intercedes. If he does not, if he stops hitting until before he intercedes, in both cases he's broken his slave will be free. You following? He's still, because you have to do two things. You have to hit him until he intercedes. You have to do both things. Then his slave won't be free. If not, he'll be free. Yes? Even forget this. If you forget this, forget the Abdi Hurrun. They say, Wallahi adribuka hatta yashfa fulan. If you stop, then he broke his qasam. Are you following? فَإِن لَمْ تَسْتَقِمْ لِلْغَايَةِ. If hatta cannot be for ghaya, then you say it's for mujaza. It's meaning of what? Jaza. Meaning of kayfa. Sorry, not kayfa, kay. Okay? Why? Because if it doesn't have one condition, meaning ma qablu qabil al-imtidad, ma ba'du salih lil-ghaya, either one of those things is missing, and it has the meaning of jaza, like reason. What does it have the meaning of? Reason. It can't be the meaning of kay. Then we take the meaning of kay. وهذا إذا لم يكن ما قبلها قابل للامتداد ولا ما بعدها صالح للغاية وأمكن حملها على الجزاء. And it's possible, you will say it's meaning of jaza, i.e. the illa, maf'ul lahu, basically reason. For example, إِلَّمْ آتِكَ حَتَّى تُغَدِّيَنِي. So تُغَدِّيَني is not a reason normally you attribute to stopping the action. This is the meaning of illa. So therefore, if he comes and he doesn't feed him, it doesn't matter. Because you will say this is basically not in his control. It's the reason he came. So as long as he came for this purpose, he came to the house for food, whether he feeds him or not, it doesn't matter. And the third scenario is, فَإِن تَأَذَّرَ هَذَا. It's not, the two conditions not being met, so it's not haqiqah. And the second word not usually jaza. What will happen now is atf. جُعِلَ لِلْأَطْفِ الْمَحْضِ. It will be interpreted as a pure harfun atf, in the meaning of fa majazan. أي إِن لَمْ آتِكَ فَأَتَغَدَّى وَبَطَلَ مَعْنَ الْغَايَةِ. The meaning of ghaya goes. The meaning of ghaya is what? It goes. For example, Abdi hurrun. Let's say wallahi. I take an oath, wallahi. Forget the slave, wallahi. What do you think? I promise I will do what? Atika, I will come to you hatta ataghadda indak. Now, is ataghadda, is that jaza? How can you do jaza of yourself? Are you following? It's not ghaya, because eating is not the ending point of coming, is it? And because he's a file in both of them, this is not going to be what? The jaza. What's it going to be now? Fa. So, but wallah, I will come to you and eat by you. So now you have to go here and eat by him. Are you following? فَأَتَاهُ. So if he comes to him, but he doesn't eat, then what will happen now? عَلَى الْفَوْرِ. يَمِينُ الْفَوْرِ. Obviously, you mean fawr, because remember, within the Al-Qalam, it doesn't mean forever. It means what? Today. You understand? سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك.